Good morning. My name is Tracy Riffle and I am a needleworker. I have been stitching since I was 20 years old and newly married. A friend introduced me to it, took me to a little cross stitch shop that a lady had in her basement. And of course I started on 14 count Aida. Still have some of those pieces. And then progressed over the years, moved into linen, which I love, and I've stitched a lot of different kind of things. And of course the last few years I've been obsessed with samplers. Not exclusively samplers, but pretty much that's what I love. And I was a designer under the name of Hands to Work, and I did a few reproduction samplers and then some original designs. And life circumstances happened, and I had to change course for a while. So now I worked at a wonderful, wonderful company and a job that I loved. And I worked there for 10 years and started out, but then moved up to management and had a great job. Worked for a natural gas company, transmission company, and my job was mostly taking care of compliance, making sure that everyone had all of their training completed, all courses done, all of their safety inspections done. Spent a lot of time on that, but then I did a lot of other things and got to go out in the field, got to put a hard hat and steel toe boots on sometimes, which was fun. And the nice part was I didn't have to do it every day in the weather. So I got to go out sometimes, but most of the time I was inside in a climate controlled office, which was great. Worked with great people. So the company downsized a little bit and offered early retirement packages. And Chuck and I debated. We didn't have a lot of time to make a decision. We looked at the numbers and decided to go ahead and do it. And so I've been retired now for about a month, earlier than I expected. I don't miss the hour-long commute every day, but I do miss the job. I miss the people, and I liked what I did. I liked being in the know. I liked being able to see the projects, follow the projects along, having a supporting role but not being responsible for them. It was really awesome. So now I'm home. I've been helping out with my youngest daughter, Elizabeth. She has two children, Lily and Wyatt. And so she just started a job, and perfect timing. She started when I retired, so I'm helping her with the kids in the morning, and then I get them to daycare, and then I have the rest of the day. But it's nice. I get, they eat breakfast, and we chat a little bit, and then I take the dog, Helen, with us. We drive to daycare, then I come home for the day. The other significant news in my life is that today is my husband's very last day at work. He is retiring, and he had planned to retire. And he has been a lineman for 39 years. He tried really hard. He was going to try to go for 40, but then he thought, it was just a personal goal, and he was done. It's being a lineman is the kind of job, it's a very physically demanding job, and even though he's been in the office last few years, sometimes during storm trouble, he would have to go out. When there's trouble, it's of course, all hours of the day or night, and it's not an easy job. You work out in the weather regardless of what it is, and it's hard. And so he was just ready to be done. I'm more emotional over this than he is. He's excited, and I'm excited for him. But we went out and took pictures of him standing in front of his truck yesterday, and his equipment, his hooks and boots and belt and all that are in the garage, and it's been our life together. And so he started as a lineman right before we got married, and so we raised our kids in that life. I was able to stay at home when they were small, which was wonderful. But often I was home and he was not because worked long hours and out of town, that sort of thing. But it's been a great life. It really has. So it's a big change for us now to both of us not working, being home all the time together. And I think the summer will be fine. We'll be busy. Both of my daughters have in-ground pools, which is awesome. And so we get to go to their pools. We don't have the upkeep. We don't have the cost. We try to help them out. But we get to enjoy them. So I'm sure the rest of the summer we will be going to their pools, sometimes in the afternoon. And it's nice for them when they get home from work, they don't want to deal with us. So we can go when they're not there and it's all good. They don't get sick of us. We will be available to help the kids, have the grandkids when needed, if we need to pick them up or whatever. And that's nice. And I think that takes a load off of my daughter. The worry of being at work and what happens if someone's sick or whatever. So we can help with that. And we have a lot of things to do around the house. My bedroom is horrible. It's horrible. And we've done other things and it's awful. I hate it. So I think we're going to work on that maybe this fall. Rip up the carpet, put down flooring, paint, maybe put some planking on the walls. I don't know what we're going to do. Wood ceiling for sure. And it'll be nice. And our little bathroom that goes with it, I'm going to gut it and do a new tiled shower and things. And it'll nice and bright and light. And so I'm looking forward to that. I already have I got a Pottery Barn duvet and shams, and they're beautiful. And I can't wait to use them. But they're still in the packaging because I didn't want to get them out until my room was done. So I'm very excited about that. We'll be busy. But this fall and winter, that might be the challenge. We're both homebodies. We'll have to really work at getting out, doing things rather than just staying at home every day. I mean, I can and stitch, but he doesn't need to be with me all the time, is what I'm saying. Love him dearly, but So anyway, so that's that. So those are the big life changes. It's been quite a year. I lost my mom end of April. Then like a week later, I lost one of my dogs. And now with both of us retiring, a lot has happened. And I'm still kind of processing all of it. Kind of hits me in waves of all the changes. But it's all good. And luckily, I have a great family. I have great friends, great church family, and I have stitching. So it's all good. So I wanted to talk about what I am working on right now. And I've posted several pictures of my Sarah Casey Unwin sampler. And I love the sampler. When I complete this sampler, I will have 3 completed samplers for the year so far. And that is amazing for me. I'm a very slow stitcher. It takes me forever to get things done. But I'm moving along. I worked on this during the vigil, that's what we call it, when my mom was in the hospital, and then with hospice and that sort of thing. And I worked on the beginning of this, probably up here, start flowers and that sort of thing. So this will always be a sentimental piece for me because of what has happened since I started this. But I love the colors. I think it's beautiful. Of course, a house. Who doesn't love a house? Got sick of the house because I screwed it up and I placed windows and I didn't count correctly. But anyway, it is what it is and it's all good, and hopefully soon it'll be done. I put borders off to the end. I shouldn't do that probably because it's what I like to do the least. But anyway, hopefully in the next few weeks I will have this done. Then I have 3 samplers to take to total framing and get them framed, and I'm excited about that. Get them up on the wall. The other thing that I'm working on, and I've worked very hard at one thing at a time because I've always been a great starter, not a great finisher, and so to force myself to finish, I work and complete one sampler before I go on to the next. I could never do, well, I would have done Stitch Mania, but I won't allow myself to do that anymore because then it's then things never get done. They get started and they sit and languish. And I'm trying to, even though I have enough things to stitch, starting something new every day to the rest of my life, I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm working really hard at completing. But I did break my rule because of all of the enabling from Instagram. A lot of stitchers are doing this. This is from Dying to Stitch, Anne and Pat, and it's an original design, a Quaker sampler. It's beautiful. And in the shop where they have, you know, the piece, it's, I would say 40 count over 2, 1 thread, and I believe it's stitched in silk. Gorgeous, big. It's big. But many stitchers now are stitching this over 1. So I decided to jump on the bandwagon. I do really like to stitch over 1, and this is 28 count, so it's super easy, I think, over 1. I put it in a hoop, which I cannot do this with a sewing method. I know some people can, but my tension is really tight, and so then I end up pulling the thread behind the linen threads. But anyway, that's what I've gotten done so far. I haven't worked on it in a couple weeks because I've had company and we have a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, it's so pretty. The dog hair, of course. The fabric is French vanilla from R&R. And I don't know if you can see the variegation. It's very pretty, of course. Smells so good. It's 28 count Lugana. And I'm using Gloriana silk in hazelnut. Let's see, I had the silk somewhere. And I've lost it. Here it is. Here's the silk. Really pretty. It's just wonderful to work with. Hazelnut. Really pretty. So that's been fun. And this, I don't feel pressure to get this done soon, but I've enjoyed working on it. It's nice to sit down every once in a while and pick it up and do some stitching. I don't know if you can hear my cat, but of course, because I don't want her to make noise. Let's see if I can get her. And she's playing behind this pillow and up and down off the couch. She's a mess. And then my dog is looking at me because she wants attention. I'm talking, but I'm not talking to her. So animals, I love them, but they're needy. The other thing I wanted to show is on Instagram a month or so ago, I posted, I was giving away threads. I've been going through reorganizing, and my stitching was it was a mess. So I've been going through all of my charts, trying to get some order, getting rid of things I know I'll never stitch, and then getting rid of threads. As a designer, I was given a lot of threads and sometimes whole sets, and I think that's common practice with the dyers. But my color palette is a more muted browns, blacks, reds, fawn, muted colors. And there were a lot of brights, purples and real bright pinks and bright reds, yellows, and I'll never use those. And I thought, why hold on to those when there are people that would love them? So I had 2 sets, a lot of threads. I bet there was probably over 100 skeins of thread that had never been used. And so 2 people received those as a gift from me. And so during all this cleaning out, organizing, getting things, getting some order to all of it, I've come across a lot of things I forgot I had. And really, really, really good samplers. I love samplers. And I have really good ones with everything, the thread and the fabric and everything. And one of them that I came across is this handwork samplers. Let's see, Sarah Ann Wilcox. I can get a little bit of a glare on there, but it's a really cool sampler. So I found on my threads that I had, here's some of the threads, and it's DMC, but 2002 is when I started this. And I worked really hard on it. And then I put it away and I forgot I had it. You know, life. So this is what I have so far. And I think it's so pretty. I love the verse. I love the color changes in the over one verse, really pretty. So this is the hard part, because all this over one birds and the sheep and the little man, and there's a woman that goes here, and I believe she's satin stitched, and I know that I put her in at least once and ripped her out. She has her little tiny feet down there, and I really struggled. Well, I have different feelings about things now than I used to. So if I can't make it look right, I'm gonna make her my own, or maybe just another man. I don't know. But I will stitch something, satin stitch that tiny. I couldn't make it work. It didn't look right. So I'll figure it out. This is an R&R fabric, I'm sure, and it's 40 count. It's really pretty. So after I get my Sarah Casey Unwin sampler done, I think I'm gonna go work on this and see if I can get it completed. It's really, really pretty. The other thing I wanted to show you was, I put this on Instagram, but I've worn this cross and this little wax seal pendant that says True Love. I wear it all the time. But then Sue Gray on Etsy, she does the wax seals, and she had this hand, and I love it. I don't know if you can see it really well, but my husband says it's creepy, but I think it's beautiful. I love it. And then the other thing I got was this necklace from Kathy Barrick. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Sterling silver chain and this, I don't know, I think it's mother of pearl circle, and on it excuse me, this is a sterling silver needle case, and then this is a pencil, little pencil, so cute. I love it. I love her jewelry, but a lot of her jewelry is too big for me. I don't like a lot of stuff here. I like long necklaces, and I like to put multiples on, and this one it's just absolutely stunning. I know a lot of people buy Kathy's jewelry, and I love it. She's she's so talented with everything she does. Everything is successful. She's great. So anyway, that's what I have to talk about today. I hope you're having a good week. It's dreary and rainy here today. I think it's going to be nicer the rest of the week. So I hope you have a good week. Sampler Farm, Carol Sims. I told you I was going to do a floss tube, and then I said I wasn't going to do a floss tube, and now I'm going to give it a try, and we'll see. And if I can get this uploaded and it's successful and I don't look ridiculous, I am going to try to get Carol to sit down with me, and we'll talk about samplers, because she is an amazing stitcher, a fast stitcher that does beautiful work. My washing machine is off balance. So anyway, have a great day, and wish me luck, and hopefully I'll be back again soon. Thanks. See ya.